a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC podcasts are a service of CNC Worldwide. They're brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 member companies with business solutions since 1984. Starting off another week, we find legalization of medical marijuana has the overwhelming support of New Yorkers. According to a new Quinnipiac University poll, New Yorkers are more closely divided on legalizing small amounts of marijuana for people who just want to smoke for fun, but they still support the idea by 57 to 39%. Medical marijuana gets overwhelming support from every demographic group in the state. Recreational pot gets its strongest support from the young. More than 80% of voters 18 to 29 say people should be allowed to smoke it if they want. Voters 65 and over say no by 57 to 38%. By 52 to 41%, New York State voters say marijuana does not lead to use of other drugs. It's a three-way split on whether marijuana is equally as dangerous as alcohol. 45% say just as dangerous for you, 36% say less dangerous, 13% say more dangerous. United States Senator Charles Schumer is telling federal agriculture officials to be ready when New York grape growers come to them for help this spring. Senator Schumer says the cold winter definitely means damage to buds and grapevines in the Finger Lakes and the other wine regions of New York. Growers won't know how badly they've been hit until spring. At that point, Schumer says vineyards will need quick turnaround on USDA loans so they can replant damaged vines and buy juice if they need it for next year's wine vintage. Schumer toured wineries in Geneva and in Chautauqua. Governor Andrew Cuomo is launching an initiative in 10 prisons statewide, giving inmates a chance to take college courses and earn their degrees. Cuomo says 40% of New York inmates end up back in prison after getting out. But studies have shown those who earn their college degrees while they're behind bars are far less likely to offend again. The governor says it costs $60,000 a year to keep an inmate in New York's prison system, and he says you could send them to Harvard for that. The state estimates it will cost $5,000 a year to pay for an inmate to get a 2-year or a 4-year degree. The state saves money on the deal if they don't end up back in prison again. Speaking of which, an Orleans County man is under arrest for the weekend holdup of the Canandaigua National Bank in Honeoye. The Ontario County Sheriff's Office says John Burgio was arrested with the help of Livingston County deputies. He's charged with grand larceny and robbery. Investigators traced the white Dodge Caliber used in the getaway from Saturday's robbery to a remote hunting cabin in Springwater, a little over 40 miles south of Rochester. They executed a search warrant and found a substantial amount of the money taken in the bank robbery, and Burgio is in the Ontario County Jail. The Livingston County Sheriff's Office says there's been another arrest in an ongoing burglary ring case. An Angelica woman is under arrest for using a stolen credit card at an ATM in Avon. She is charged with identity theft and possession of stolen property. The credit card had reportedly been taken in one of those burglaries. Sheriff Thomas Doherty says the arrest is linked to a string of burglaries that occurred around Canisius Lake. Another suspect is already in custody, and authorities are searching for a third person who is believed to be on the run in Florida. Fire hit a home in Rochester over the weekend. The Rochester Fire Department says a 5-year-old playing with a lighter in an upstairs bedroom started a fire in a double house on Ardmore Street. A sibling ran to tell his mom what was going on, but when she got there, the bed was on fire. 6 people got out of the house okay, but the house has heavy smoke and water damage, and firefighters are repeating warnings to keep lighters and matches away from kids. Our next news podcast is when you click on one of our pages and hear it. We post updates through the day, and I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.